Hi Ryan. So my name is Francois Reyes from Pageant Mag Philippines, and welcome to my channel.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
You're
Thanks for
right.
having me.
Of course, welcome to the Philippines as well.
So, thank you for
Right.
having me.
It's always my pleasure, Ryan. So Ryan, may I just ask if this is your first time in the pageantry?
Yes.
Wow,
This is my
it's-
first time participating in a pageant.
and of course, first time in the Philippines as well.
Actually, it's not.
Oh, really? You've
Actually, I
been
think it's-
visiting Philippines?
I've been to the Philippines before. Back in 2018, late 2018.
And then
And then I came.
you came back. Wow. So for the second time, it's gonna be in the pageantry. All right. So how does it feel like? Who motivated you to join the pageant or somehow to try out in the pageantry as well?
Actually, I know a couple of the other contestants, a couple of the guys, and they were joining. And I've been asked to do pageants before, and I've always said thank you, but no thank you, because I was usually busy with some things. But this time around, I didn't really have any conflicts, and it seemed like a great opportunity to see parts of the Philippines that I haven't gotten to see,
Oh,
and
that's
to
great.
meet some great people from around the world. And I thought, you know what? Why not? Let's try.
All right, that's great. So, excuse me. Oh, I am coughing.
Smarter.
All right, I'll do it later. Anyways, Ryan, this is your first time in the pageantry, so what are your expectations?
I'm coming into it without expectations. I'm coming into it open and excited to be pleasantly surprised. So I know that we're going to be doing a bit of touring around and a bit of seeing parts of
Northern Luzon?
Luzon. Thank you. And I'm excited for that. But I like to keep my expectations open and no reservations, just open to experience.
And of course, everyone wants to win the title, right? So, in order for you to win the title, I believe that you have something to offer to the organization as well, and to become a winner of the organization, right? So, what would that be?
What do I offer?
What do you have? Yeah, what do you offer? What do you have on your plate?
I believe that the sum of my life experiences has prepared me for this opportunity. I come from a reasonably humble background. I have a wonderful family life that raised me. I have been privileged recently to travel the world, see cultures all over the world, from Asia to the Middle East, to Europe, to America. And I believe that my experience in traveling has prepared me to embody Mr. International. It is, after all, Mr. International.
All right.
And I really think that has prepared me for the expectations of the title.
Oh, great. So, why Miss International for you as your first pivot in your career?
I feel like, as someone who doesn't come from a pageant background, it seemed like a fantastic foray into the world of pageantry. It's in a beautiful place. I think it's a great opportunity, and I think Mr. International embodies the characteristics of the kind of man that I want to be. And I want to be that kind of role model for others. So I think Mr. International really gives the opportunity to have that sort of influence to encourage others to be the person they want to be the Mr. International in their own lives, especially men, obviously.
On that note, let's go back to the previous Ryan. Who was Ryan prior to joining the pageant?
Ryan, prior to joining the pageant, was someone who always looked for the good in others, wanted to do something good every day, but didn't necessarily have a set focus. But always wanted to be an inspiration to others, especially for men. I come from a background in neuroscience. That's my field of study in uni. And I've always been fascinated by the psychology of people, especially in these days, men in particular. I think we don't spend enough time encouraging men and supporting men in their dreams and their goals and their focuses. and telling men that, pageants aren't just for women, and masculinity doesn't have to be toxic. I think we need to spend more time with men's mental health, and I think a platform like this is the opportunity to really spread that message. So I've always wanted to be that person. I think the opportunity wasn't necessarily there.
Well, I just want to talk about that mental health, men's mental health that you were talking later. Well, we know that the world is usually, or was, well, even up to today, is usually a patristic.
Yes.
So it's really always about men, right?
Yes.
So how could men experience that mental health given the fact that that the limelight or the spotlight has already always been with men?
I think you're not wrong. I think that men obviously have had the opportunity to lead and the opportunity to be the head of households, of countries, of things like that. But what men have not had the opportunity to do is to fully express themselves if they aren't whatever the certain expectation is. They aren't in some countries hyper-masculine, or they aren't in other countries stoic or not. I think men need more freedom to express themselves, need more freedom to be true to themselves, to express their emotions, and to really talk about the things that they're going through, the things that they're feeling without any sort of stigma. As someone who, myself, I've suffered from depression in the past. I've struggled with my own emotional moments. I think it's really important that we destigmatize these things. So to say that being a man isn't just about masculinity, isn't just about leadership, isn't just about taking charge, but being a man is also being true to yourself. It's also being soft when needed. It's also expressing yourself. It's also sharing of yourself and not hiding the parts of you that you're told that's not masculine, that's not strong enough, that's not manly enough. I think it's really important to destigmatize and to really change that view.
That men also do cry.
Men can cry too. I cry a lot. I cry in movies, I cry in commercials. I didn't for the first several years of my life. It took an acting class, and it took some opening up of myself and some allowing myself to open up to get there. But now I watch a commercial and there's puppies and Sarah McLaughlin and I cry.
Speaking of
I think that's
acting,
healthy.
yeah. Speaking of acting, so I was reminded that many of the pageant fans right now are actually resembling you with Ryan Gosling.
I've heard this.
What can you say about that?
I think it's an honor. Ryan Gosling is like the gold standard of man. Like that man he's attractive, he's talented, he's emotionally available. You have to be an actor. He's charming, and I think that's exactly the type of man that anyone would want to be compared to. So it's really an honor. I like to hope that one day I'll be my own man, but for now the comparison is quite flattering.
All right, thank you so much, Ryan, and we'll be looking forward to any journey with Mr. International 2023 in the coming days.
Thank you.
Once again, welcome to the Philippines.
Thank you so much.
Audio Jungle.